So ladies and gentlemen, the closest I've been to home in a couple of months. I was thinking about hopping on the freeway and just riding on down. Hour and a half, maybe a little shorter with a motorcade. I am also glad to be in Milwaukee because before I came out here, I was able to have outstanding sampling of bratwurst. I'm also glad to be here because I get to see some great friends like your mayor, Tom Mayer, is in the house. Your outstanding Senator Herb Cole. And your next United States Senator, Tammy Baldwin. And just to prove that I am determined to bring everyone together in moving this country forward, I am proud to have a couple of Green Bay Packers in the house. We got Michael Finley. We got Dustin Bishop. And they were pointing out the results of the most recent Bears-Packers game. All I can say to them is it's a long season. We're gonna play a couple more times. We're so glad that they are here, and it just goes to show you we are not as divided as some people think. We are not Bears fans first nor Packers fans first. We are Americans first. Unless you've been hiding under a rock or your television is busted, you probably know that we got an election going on. I was telling folks about a story recently I heard. My campaign manager was talking with this couple. They had this 4-year-old with them, and they saw a picture of me, and the parents said, "Who's that, Sammy?" And the little boy says, "That's Barack Obama." Then they asked, what does Barack Obama do? And he thinks for a second, he says, "He approves that message." So that's The truth is, the path I'm offering is not going to be quick. It won't be easy. You know, it's going to take a few years to solve challenges that have built up over decades. But I want everybody here to understand there's no problem we cannot solve. There's no challenge we cannot meet. Because we've got the best workers in the world. We've got the best businesses in the world. We've got the best scientists and researchers in the world. We've got the best colleges and universities in the world. We've got this incredible diversity of talent. Which is why people want to come here from every corner of the globe. There's not a country on earth that wouldn't trade places with the United States. But we're going to have to work hard to achieve that potential. That's why I put forward a practical plan to create jobs and grow the middle class and rebuild this economy on a stronger foundation. It starts by exporting more products but outsourcing fewer jobs. You'll remember my opponent wanted to let Detroit go bankrupt. So we said, no, too much is at stake. We're going to come together and reinvent the dying auto industry, and we put it back on top of the world. What we did for autos, we want to do for manufacturing across the board. We've already created more than 500,000 new manufacturing jobs. So now what we have to do is to stop giving tax breaks to companies that are shipping jobs overseas. Companies that are investing right here in Milwaukee. That's how we move forward. Let's help big companies and small businesses double their exports. We can create 1 million new manufacturing jobs in the next 4 years. But it requires you to vote. It requires all of us to do our part. I want us to control our own energy. After 30 years of not doing anything, we raised fuel standards so that by the middle of the next decade, more cars and trucks will go twice as far on a gallon of gas. We have doubled the amount of renewable energy we're generating. Thousands of Americans have jobs today building wind turbines, long-lasting batteries. We're less dependent on foreign oil than any time in nearly 2 decades. My opponent, he wants to let the oil companies write the energy plan. He wants to keep giving $4 billion in corporate welfare to them from our taxpayers. We've got a better plan. We want to produce oil and natural gas, but we also want to invest in wind. Factories that use and waste less energy. We want to develop a 100-year supply of natural gas. We want to cut our oil imports in half by 2020 and create hundreds of thousands of jobs in the process. We can do it, but I'm going to need your help. I want to make sure that we got the best education system on earth. Standing here unless I got a great education. It was the gateway of opportunity for me and for Michelle and for so many of you. And that's why we fought so hard to make sure that millions of students are paying less for college because we got a system. My opponent, he wants to gut our investments in education to give tax breaks to the wealthy.